It is hopeless. I don't even feel like myself anymore. I don't know what I was thinking. I am fucking awesome. Everything in my life that is part of it is intertwined as one collective whole that is forever evolving abundance. And that is amazing. I may have run into some roadblocks, but I forgive and forget and keep moving forward onto those better everlasting pastures.
I know you've experienced the many falls that happen within life, going through very uncanny situations and being completely stuck into that pit of despair. And it's very common, if not all times, when men feel the falls within life, due to situations that just happen because that's just life. A lot of times men just deal with it and just drudge through it, hold on to it, as if it's just becoming a natural stem of them, there's nothing they can do about it, or just finds a way out of it, completely. But finding a way out of it may involve feeling something, feeling your way through something. And sometimes men just can't concept that through certain situations. And I'd say it's just a beautiful thing to have as a man. Being caught up in a situation and just bringing it down to the most simplest of matters. Do I just want to deal with this the rest of my life and just hold on to it? Or do I want to figure a way out of it and forget about it? When figuring out the root cause of this pitfall, it becomes a very simple diagnosis as well, once discovered. And what I truly mean by when you figure this out of why something has placed a fall within your life that has kind of put you into that despairable moment is the why behind the matter. Why has this happened? Why am I experiencing this? Which then moves into proclaiming a what. What is the meaning behind this? What is to be learned from this? What type of lesson is unfolding per se to me for me to educate myself from? And I know that's the answer to solve these falls within life. To pave that path smoothly so you can travel down that journey. Because the inevitable opposite of what will take place is negativity. And with negativity in one's life, it just keeps you in a complete spiral. A complete spiral of destruction. All the way to the point where your life is just an out of control mess. And it can cut very deep. And you need to diagnose the state of the wound, how deep it has cut you from the situation. First, you really need to clean out that said wound before you can evaluate it. So forgive. And forgiveness sometimes can feel like alcohol splashed on that wound to any man out there. It can be a very stubborn thing to go through with forgiving certain stuff within a man's life. But sometimes when life just somehow pins a man against the wall, he needs to find a block of wood, chomp down on it, and pour some kind of a healing factor over this festering thing that is going on with him. And just endure it, because he knows it is what needs to happen. Forgive anything that you have perceived that has gotten you into these situations, that you almost feel like you were tricked into it, per se. And forgive all the conundrums that abruptly happen when you are pushed down to that deep, deep pit of despair. Remain with that knowing within your heart. Everything is what it is. It does what it does. And what has happened, happened for a legitimate reason. Pain is so completely synonymous to fear. I would say it's almost a very similar, if not the same type of feeling. Because the process from healing with it is basically the same as well. And it's an embrace. And what is to be embraced is a growth mindset. When healing from a fall within life, what a man needs to do to grow past it, to grow forward from it, is to learn. Learn why this fall has happened. Learn the lesson behind this fall, so this fall does not happen once again. And figuring out this type of lesson that needs to be learned can happen in an instant. Just the same as if you have a physical accident, you can completely identify the root cause of the pain. It's like you break your leg, well, where's the pain coming from? Oh, I broke my leg. Oh, I just lost my job because new management was very hectic and made my job more uncomfortable, so it brought me to a breaking point, and then my dog got ran over by a car, and now I can't pay my bills on time, and I'm just depressed, and I'm grouchy, and I just don't want to do anything about it. Why is this happening to me? Oh, woe is me. What have I done to experience this? What is the lesson behind all this? What do I do? All completely identifiable by your own self of the root cause of your own pain. And it may really suck, it may really sting, but it all starts with forgiveness from it all. So once realized this root cause of this pain, this despair, this fall, it's time to embrace. Embrace change completely to move you forward out of this. Because what you want to ultimately cultivate within your life from this embrace of change, moving you forward out of your such dwelling of pain, is resiliency. One man's work that I frequently study from time and time again was introduced to me from my greatest mentor within this space of personal development, Wayne Dyer, and that is Carl Jung. And Jung describes resiliency as a process of transformation, which in fact, to quote Jung, it demands it. Facing and embracing challenges within life while integrating difficult experiences are an essential for one's own personal development and a sense of wholeness. That, when quoted by Jung, resiliency is not just the bounce back from adversity, it's growth beyond it. It's finding the meaning of it and growth in the face of it. Developing resiliency within life will require you to have a more positive outlook to it all. And this is not a stretch for you to be so giddy and happy towards everything to the point where you are annoying. It's just a simple acceptance of everything is just how it is, and it's going to do what it does, and that's just great, that's okay, and I'm willing to live through it. And most importantly to remember is, nothing's after you. Nothing is going after you. Nothing is trying to sabotage you within your life. If you need something that will bring you to complete fulfillment, nothing's coming after you to take that away from you. And you need to accept that. And with accepting that, you need to start moving into pursuing that. Pursuing that mindset of that feeling of it. And moving into those actions to let it play out into reality. Because that's what true resiliency is. It's facing that adversity within your life, right in front of it, and growing beyond it. As you are just completely facing it and seeing it what it is. Acknowledging it what it is, accepting it, embracing it, and growing past it. Because life does get very competitive for guys. I mean, competition's great. I think it's one of the funnest things to engage in within a man's life. And that's the only thing it should be viewed as just plain fun, honestly. It shouldn't be life-threatening to you if someone is seemingly trying to sabotage your life, per se, in a certain type of way. No, it's just healthy competition, no matter the depths of it's honestly being shown to you. Don't take it that way. It's fun. Be resilient past it. Face the adversity and grow beyond it. Engage with that competition. Because when you develop resiliency, you can instinctively and directly move past that and own the competition. Because from resiliency, you'll start to pick up on signs. Certain stuff that is going in your favor within life that seems very synchronized, which is all just synchronicity. And synchronicity is in fact those signs. As you're going through your situations within life, completely bolstering through it with your resiliency, you start picking up on those signs. Stuff that just kind of like appears in front of you that helps you get even farther and helps you grow more beyond your reach that you could have ever thought before. Just right out of the blue. Going back to my mentor Wayne Dyer when he talks about the story he had with Deepak Chopra with strawberry ice cream. Getting to a point where you're just having a thought about something, then all of a sudden it just appears. Being completely synchronized within your life. From thought to action. Which also reminds me of my favorite quote, which is from Henry David Thoreau. When someone advances confidently in the directions of their dreams, it will be met with a success unexpectedly within common hours. That in itself is synchronicity. And that's all maintainable. No matter how deep that pit of despair you've fallen down, that nasty, gnarly wipeout you had with that fall within life, that pain you're feeling, that festering whatever it is all easily overcomable through this process I have just explained. Everything you'll ever witness within life, everything that it is energy. And it just depends on what type of energy you want to feed into. Do you want to feed more into a negative energy, or do you want to feed more into a positive energy? Whatever wavelength of energy you feed more into, the more of the results of that you're going to get. And it will obviously get to a point where you get to a stance within life of unknowing of why stuff is happening. Forgetting that you've been feeding into certain energies within your life to make it happen right beneath your feet. So pick yourself up from this fall and start living life.